I'm Josh Griffith, father, entrepreneur, social media influencer. I want to take you back to the beginning of growing up in Ohio. I grew up middle Ohio, huge Ohio State Buckeyes fan, athlete growing up. Always had a huge personality. We were at a softball tournament for my dad, and I would go up to every single person there and say, "Hey, do you want to know my name? Do you want to know my name?" And my mom and dad knew at that point that they had created a monster. I never met a stranger. I made friends very easily. I was a great teammate. I was a great student per se. I wasn't a great pupil, but I was a great student because of the personality that they had created. So I was a great athlete. My dad was my coach, and that a lot of pressure comes with that, right? So if you're the coach's kid, you're expected to do the best. You're expected to work the hardest. And I did that. My dad didn't cut me any slack growing up. I played baseball, I played basketball, and I put a lot of pressure on myself. I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform. I think the pressure of being a good athlete and being a good son and a coach's kid, if you want to go that route, the pressure that puts on young children and put on me at that point was huge. I think the spotlight's always on. You always have to be on. I'm the oldest of, I have a younger brother and a younger sister. Well, I was the example. I would go to church and my dad was a pastor growing up, so I was then the preacher's kid, and that adds another element of pressure to that too. It takes a toll on you. And in the mid 80s, early 90s, talking through anxiety and talking through men's mental health and talking through ADHD or ADD wasn't a thing. My son was diagnosed a few years ago with anxiety with a depressive state. He was ADHD, and I called my dad, and almost in tears at that point. And my dad started crying. My dad just apologized over and over to me. And I said, "Dad, why are you crying for? Why are you apologizing?" And he said, "Because I didn't help you. Your mom and I didn't help you, and this is you. This is what you were going through." I did a really good job of putting a mask up growing up. And part of the mask, I think, as men and as athletes or as fathers, as entrepreneurs or social media influencers that we do is we put that mask up. I think a lot of the pressure that I put on myself was self-induced. My parents were very supportive. They gave us every opportunity to talk about things. They were very supportive. We had family meetings, so if me and my brother were having an issue, or me and my sister, or me and my mom, or me and my dad were having an issue, we all sat around the table and we would just talk it out. So they gave us every opportunity. One of the things that people don't talk about, at least publicly, is when the lights go off, whether you're an athlete, whether you're, school function, whether you're, social media, whatever that is, what that actually does. And it's a lonely feeling. It's, you think of athletes, you think of Michael Jordan, you think of Kobe, you think of all those great athletes that perform at a huge level for TV and in the arena.
Michael shakes the finger.
What is it like when they go home? Nobody thinks about all those things. So on a smaller level, for myself, you show up to the game, I was getting a pep talk before the game, I was getting a pep talk during the game, I got a pep talk on the way home from the game. But then when I got home and I closed the door, my teammates weren't there, my siblings weren't there, the fans weren't there. It's a lonely feeling because I think we put so much pressure on ourselves to perform in that moment that we can't move past it into our normal life. It's almost deafening. You talk about the difference of being alone and the difference of being lonely. Those lights turn out. It's very lonely. The way I remedied that growing up was I always had to have people around. It was whether it was my family or whether it was my friends, I always had to be doing something. The personality that I have and the personality that I put out all the time, 100% for everybody, has been there since age 2. But what's also been there is sometimes the mask that, doesn't let people know it's okay. And that's the mental health. I think the mental health crisis that we've been dealing with in our world, and the mental health that we're dealing with now, is we're all able to hide behind that mask. I think talking out those issues instead of stuffing those things down is hugely important for not only our own mental health, but our relationships in general. So social media is a way for us all to put up a wall or to hide behind the mask of what's really going on in life. A lot of folks know that I'm an influencer on TikTok. A lot of the things that I post, there's happiness, there's relationship stuff there. That's not all necessarily what's going on in my life at that particular time. And some of that stuff is a mask that I put up. But my relationship with the Lord is one thing that has always been a constant, that I don't hide behind, that my social media friends know about, that my family knows about, that my business colleagues know about. That's hugely important to me, and as far as I'm concerned, will never go away. In my world, the social media world, I've posted all kinds of things, again, from relationships to mental health, to funny, to dancing, to all those things. I remember back to it was back in November sometime. I was on a TikTok live one Wednesday night. I remember it like it was yesterday, and I had a mom get on there. She said, "Josh, my daughter is having her third open heart surgery tomorrow." You think open heart surgery, and you think an older child. So I said, "Well, what's your daughter's name?" And she said her name was Savannah. And she said, "She's 7. And I stopped the music. I stopped my normal live routine that I did. And I said, I can't keep going with what I'm doing. We need to pray for her now. And my friends that were in the chat, who were there all the time, said, "Josh, you know what you need to do." And they know I've stopped a live before and prayed for them. And I've said, I've prayed, I've sent those prayers. I just prayed over, little Savannah that day on my live. It was a, 2-minute prayer. And man, the emotional impact of that live still sticks with me. So I got off the live stopped praying, and obviously tears and the emojis and everything else, how we all communicate. I said, "I'd love to connect with you. I want to get a care basket for her. Like, what does every 7-year-old want? She doesn't want to be in a hospital." So I said, "Can you get me a list of things that Savannah would want, and I'll buy it for her." The platform that I've built, where it's funny, where it's, single, dancing, whatever it is, quickly changed. That little girl loves Target, so we raised $650 on that live, just by praying for her, just by the community that I built. And I got her a $650 Target card, and I got her a TikTok famous shirt that I wore on a TikTok for her, and I signed it for her, being cute. And what a huge impact. And to this day, everyone says, "How's Savannah? Have you seen Savannah? Have you talked to her mom, Kimmy?" And that right there let me know that, all right, God, like, this is what you're supposed to be doing with this platform. Yeah, you can dance around, you can be stupid, you can be crazy and fun, or you can use this platform for something bigger. Every influencer, every social media personality, whether it be celebrity, athlete, they all have a cause. They all have a different calling for why they're doing what they're doing. If they're an athlete, they were good at it. If they're a social media influencer, they did something that was funny or something that caught. And I'm really have this huge passion of always being real, always being interactive, and always being authentic. That's one of the things that I hear all the time about people say, "Hey, you're really like you are online. You're really like that in person." And I love that. I love that I don't have to be somebody different just to get followers or just to get business. In this community we built, you're not walking alone. We're going to walk beside you. We're all going to link arms. We're all going to hold hands, and we're going to come through this together. We're going to walk along the side of you, and we're going to help you through it. We're not going to leave you by yourself. This isn't a, hey, let's get a part of this community and then all of a sudden we fall away. This is my passion. This is what I'm going to do. And the people that I'm going to bring in are going to be the people that you want in your life because they're going to walk with you. You won't be doing it alone. That's what we're going to do, a part of this community. Being a part of this community, we understand that it's okay to not be okay. The good news is we're not going to let you stay there. Come join us.
Hello. Listen, I'm at Convene. I already dabbed. I did already dab today. I already dabbed my face. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. I'm in North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina right now. Stop it. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, my bracelet is